Hi, I'm Sara Delaney with One Big Happy Yarn Company. Thank you for coming along on the 2024 block of the month crochet blanket journey with me. We are ready for block 5. This is the middle of our block projects. This block, I thought I'd take it a little bit easy on you. We do have some fun groupings. We have a little bit of picot happening, but this block will be a breeze for you to get through. A little bit of a break in the middle of this big project, this year-long project of ours. If you haven't yet, head to the description below and click the link so that you can pick up a kit or your copy of the pattern so that you can follow along with us. Again, we're using the Skipja's Stonewashed XL, which is a worsted weight or heavy worsted weight yarn, an H8 5mm crochet hook. You'll need stitch markers, tapestry needle, scissors, all of your typical tools. For this one, we're going to start with another chain ring. So we start with our slip knot on our hook. And we're going to chain 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then join with a slip stitch to form a ring. This is where all of our stitches from round 1 will be anchored. Nice little ring. See that? So cute. All right, so round 1 starts with chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know this seems like sort of silly. We just did a chain 10 and joined it into the ring, but this chain 10 counts as a chain 3. The first 3 chains count as a double crochet and a chain 7. So remember, sometimes when we do these big chains, they're going to take a 90-degree turn, and part of it's going to be a stitch and part of it's going to be a chain. So that's our chain 10 ring. We just chained 10, and now we're going to do 5 double crochets into that ring. This first one feels funky because we have that big chain behind us, but there's the first one. And then 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 more double crochets into the ring. You're going to work your way around with those groups of 5 double crochets, your chain 7 in between, and meet me back at the beginning of the round to join it all together. Okay, so your last group of double crochets is only 4 double crochets, because remember that big chain 10 that we started with, the first 3 chains of that counted as a double crochet. So that big chain that we started with is part of this group of double crochets. So we're going to slip stitch to the 3rd of the chain 10. So here's a double crochet. We're going to count back 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. That 3 is where we do our slip stitch to join. So that is round 1. This is, I think, maybe the only square in this whole project that starts out as a square and not as a different shape and then becomes square. So to start round 2, we need to do what our favorite archaeological adventurer does in the films. We're not going to travel by map, we're going to travel by slip stitch. So we're going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. Why are we doing this? Well, let me do those slip stitches first and I'll show you. There's 1 and there's 2. So when we ended round 1, we were here, essentially at the top of this chain, which counts as a double crochet. And we need to start round 2 by making the next corner. But if we started here, that corner would be offset. When we go around and we make our corners, they're going to sit up in the top of these chain 7 loops. And so if we had started down here, this corner is always going to look funny compared to the other 3. So by traveling by slip stitch up that chain a little bit, it means that the corner that we build here will be seated properly up near the top of this chain. So let's do that now. We're going to chain 3. We're going to do 2 double crochets, a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more double crochets back into this same chain space. 3. See how that all sits up here in that top of that chain space, and if we had not done those slip stitches, this would be crunched down over here, and it just wouldn't sit the same. So from here, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do a picot, which we did in a previous square. So we chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We go back to the 3rd chain from the hook and do a slip stitch, and that forms that little mini loop that is the picot. Then we chain 1 more, and then we're going to make our next corner. So 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 3 more double crochets into that same chain space. See that? Then you'll do a chain 1, picot, chain 1, another corner, chain 1, picot, chain 1, another corner. Work your way around. Meet me back over here to join this round. All right, so here at the end of round 2, we go back to that chain 3 that we started with, and we're going to slip stitch to the top of that chain 3. That joins round 2. So for round 3, we start with a chain 3. We're going to do a double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. There's 1. There's 2. And then we're in a chain 3 corner space. So we're going to do a corner, 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets back into that same chain space. Chain 3, 3 more doubles here. 2, 3. Now we're going to work a double crochet in each of these 3 double crochets. And one of the things I wanted to point out is that when you're coming right off of this corner, it's often hard to find the top of this double crochet. Folks tend to go over here and then maybe over here. But when you're working in the round and you're not flipping your work back and forth, you know, flipping it over, going back and forth in rows, when you're working in rounds, you're always seeing the front of your stitches. The top of your stitch is always slightly to the right of the body of your stitch. And so the top of this stitch, you'll notice I just pulled those stitches back a little bit. The top of this stitch is actually right here. So you want to be mindful of that when you are coming off of your corner. So that's where that stitch lives. And then 1 on this one, and then 1 in this one here. Now you're going to chain 3 and skip over that whole picot that you did. And come back over to these double crochets over here. And 1 double crochet in each of those stitches. There's 1, 2, 3. Then we're back to that chain 3 space. We're going to do a whole corner in there. 1, 2. Ooh. Sometimes your hook just doesn't want to catch the yarn. 3 more double crochets. 2, 3. Remember, you might need to pull these stitches back a little bit to be able to access the top of that double crochet coming off of the corner. Go ahead and work your way around as instructed in your pattern. Meet me back here to join. So you've come all the way around on round 3. We're going to slip stitch to the top chain of that chain 3 that we started. I did promise that this was a quick and easy square, so that's just 3 rounds, and we only have 1 more round to go. This block only has 4 rounds because when we did that first round, we set up those chain 7s. That set the second round so far out from the center that we only have to do 4 rounds to finish this one. So we're going to go around in single crochet, and then this block will be done. Are you ready? This is the easiest round of single crochet. Chain 1, 1 single crochet in the top of that chain stitch where you joined round 3, and we're going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch and 3 single crochets in every chain space all the way around. It could not be simpler. 1 single crochet in every stitch all across till we get to a chain 3 space, 3 single crochets in that chain 3 space. Then 1 single in each of these stitches, 3 single crochets in that chain 3 space, 1 single crochet in each of those stitches, 3 single crochets in the corner, work your way around, join me back over here to join. Here you are at the end of round 4. We're going to do a slip stitch to that first single crochet. I promised you this one was quick and easy. Snip our yarn, yarn over and pull the tail through, tug that so it's secure. You should have 72 single crochets at the end of this round. Nice and easy. Look at that. You're going to make 4 of these. They're going to fly. They're going to go so fast. This little block is so easy. Just those 4 rounds. You're going to make 4 of them. That's block 5, block 4, block 3, block 2, block 1. We have 4 more blocks to go. Finish these up. Take a little breather. Catch up on 1 through 4 if you haven't finished all 4 of each of those. And then I will see you in our next episode for block 6 as we get closer and closer to the end of our 2024 Crochet Block of the Month. I'm so glad you're joining me on this crochet journey. I'll see you next time. Happy crocheting!